Infidelity, financial issues, family interference, or even issues with pets. Those are just a few of the reasons relationships fail. The couple on today's case have all of those complaints and so many more. Mr. Smith says it was sunshine and rainbows when they met 11 years ago. Ooh, but things have changed drastically since then. Now he says his common-law wife, Mrs. Johnston, is an animal-hoarding serial cheater who refuses to contribute financially to their household, and he's ready to go. Mrs. Johnston admits that she may be culpable for some of their issues, but it's really Mr. Smith's meddling family and their need to insert themselves into every situation that is the real problem in their relationship. Now, she's here to try to make this work. Wow. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Smith versus Johnston.
Thank you very much. Mr. Smith, Ms. Johnston. Mr. Smith, you are here in court today, and although you are heartbroken to admit it, you say your 11-year common law marriage is over. And you open this case in court today hoping for some closure.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mrs. Johnston,
Yes,
you
Your
admit
Honor.
that y'all have hit a rough patch in your marriage, but you say you are not ready to throw in the towel, and today you will fight tooth and nail to win your husband back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's see if we can't figure out how we got in here today. Common law marriage for 11 years, you all don't have children, but you've been separated for almost 6 months now, so it's been a while. Mr. Smith, why don't you tell us how we got to court today?
Well, she's a liar, she's a cheater, and I don't really like her no more.
Oh, well, that's just intense. Ms. Johnston, Mr. Smith just walked in here and made some serious accusations, and he has some fire in his belly. What do you say?
I say that we can get back together.
Well, I'm telling
need
you it's
to.
going to take a minute, because Mr. Smith made it pretty clear that he is not happy with you.
I know.
Well, I'm going to go on back over here to Mr. Smith, because it's not enough, sir, just to make an accusation. Let's see if you can back it up a little bit. Take me back. How did y'all meet?
Well, we met at a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
We changed numbers. So I called her a couple days after we changed numbers.
Yes, sir.
She invited me over at her house.
Okay.
And I went over there and knocked on the door, talked to her for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought I would give her a kiss. I just gave her a kiss right on there. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And she wasn't mad, so.
You knew you hadn't committed an assault, so you thought, okay,
Yeah,
let's see if there's anything there.
Yes, and it was wonderful at first, but as the years went by, it got bad after 8 years.
Really?
Yes, 8 years.
Something happened at that 8-year mark. I've heard of the 7-year itch, but the 8-year mark seems to not have been good. I see in my court papers that you say she's a cheater.
That's not true.
I
That's
called
not
her on the phone one time. I kept calling her on the phone. She wouldn't pick up, so I called her on FaceTime, and she answered. And there was a guy sitting right beside her with his shirt off, and I put the 2 and 2 together to you. You did it!
No, I didn't. And that's a bow-faced lie.
Yes,
So wait a minute. You FaceTimed her.
yes.
What were the circumstances on where they were sitting? Were they on a beach somewhere?
She told me they was looking at car parts.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it was my boyfriend.
Your now boyfriend?
No, used to be.
Your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Miss Johnston. I don't sit with my ex-boyfriends with their shirt off.
Well, he was living with us.
The ex-boyfriend was living
He was
with
living
you.
with us, yes.
Oh, now the plot thickens. What are
Yes,
we doing
he
here?
asked him, he was homeless, and he asked him if he wanted to come move in and pay him rent.
So wait a minute. So if the gentleman is somebody you invited in your house, it wasn't like it was a surprise that he might not have his shirt on at all times unless you told him he can't walk around half naked.
I made agreement with him. When I was gone from the house, he had to be gone.
Oh, see? See? Now that actually does make a little sense. Now that makes a little sense. I see one of my jurors said, okay, I hear him on that one. Now, Miss Johnston, that makes a lot of sense
Yes, Your
to me.
Honor. Well, this is what happened. My ex-boyfriend was wanting to show me some parts that he had gotten for his car.
Yeah, he wanted to show you some parts, all right.
Whatever.
But Miss,
Shut up.
But Miss Johnston, is that what they calling it now? Showing the car parts? Because, girl,
No,
that don't
he
even
really
sound
was.
right.
He really was.
Yeah, I bet he wanted to show you some lube, too.
Oh, Lord
God.
Jesus.
Yeah, car
Oh,
lube.
my
Yeah,
God.
sure.
I can't believe you coming in here saying such nonsense.
Okay, Miss Johnston, why was the man showing you car parts with his shirt off? That's all I want to know. And sitting on the bed.
He asked me to come in there, and he said, I want to show you these parts. I got them for the car.
Okay, so the man asked you to come in to his bedroom while he is half naked to show you car parts.
He always had his shirt off.
Okay, but
Always.
Nope, that's a lie. That's
but
a
I don't
lie.
really care one way or the other, Miss Johnston. But I can pretty much guarantee you that every husband in America would have a problem with that scenario.
Yeah.
All right. That's not enough to say she's a cheater. What else you got, Mr. Smith?
Well, there was one time, me and Jennifer was watching a movie called The Good Son. And there was some other boyfriend of hers around the neighborhood. He offered me and her to walk to the store with him. I felt I wanted to watch the movie. And he offered me to go with her. And I said, well, y'all just go. Just bring me a Coke back, Jennifer, for the movie. She was gone for 7 days.
So what if I was?
Exactly. Why would you do that to me? Why?
Because you were putting me
I never
through hell.
cheated on her in my whole life.
You were putting me through hell.
Just being honest. They dropped her off 7 days later at a Kmart and said, pick her up, like she was a $2 hooker. I'm sorry.
Why'd you go away for 7 days?
He just put me through hell every day.
What do you mean?
Constantly.
By the way, is this typical behavior?
Yes.
Is this typical behavior?
Yes. He was yelling at me, screaming at the top of his lungs.
Honestly, she left one day. I looked at her phone, and there was a nudie picture on there. It was her sending it to someone.
So, Miss Johnston, what in the world?
She sent it to some guy in India or something.
In India?
Yes.
No, I don't send naked pictures to nobody.
I understand there was a situation that involved a young man from Africa, and that's one of the reasons you think that she's cheating. Mr. Smith, tell me what that's about.
Well, she was talking to this guy on Facebook. First, it supposed to have been like she wanted a stepson, and I didn't buy it. I'm just being honest with you, I didn't buy it.
You thought it was either a scam or something was going on illicit.
He's texted me multiple times to this day, still texts me.
And what is he asking for?
Talking to her, and I won't. That's one of the reasons why we finally got separated.
Talk to me, Miss Johnston. What's this about this young man from out of the country?
I met him on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. You know I believe that social media is the devil because if you take it seriously, because you know people lie on social media all the time.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
people lie in real
yeah.
life, so you know they lie on social media.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
what happened on Facebook that made you befriend this young man?
Well, he befriended me. He was just like a son to me.
How?
Because he was trying to, he said, I want to come over to America. I want to be an exchange student. I want to go to college.
Y'all are from Florida. Y'all don't have enough folk in Florida and Georgia that you might want to adopt or bring into your life?
Well, I felt sorry for him.
I understand.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him.
And not to say that you shouldn't have an open heart, but you do know that those are the kinds of things that can be scams, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you know you weren't being scammed?
I don't know.
Have you sent money over there?
No.
Okay, that's a good idea.
No, I didn't ever send money over there.
Don't send any money over there.
No.
So something tells me that you spent more time just talking with him. It sounds like you were a bit lonely.
I wanted to foster kids. I've always wanted to do that.
Mr. Smith, you said that bothered you, that she was talking to this young man from Ghana.
Because she would find these people on Facebook, not just him, there's several different ones, and she's a lonely person. She wants friendship, you know, and I told her not to trust too many people, to be honest with you.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Especially on social media.
On social media it's a place where you can get scammed.
Yep.
And folk take advantage of you.
I lost custody of my kids a long time ago, and they're grown now. And I want kids again. I want grandkids.
But I understand that you spend a lot of time on Facebook. And Mrs. Smith, I know that has become a bone of contention with you.
It has.
Because you've seen some inappropriate things on Facebook.
Yes, I have. Honestly, she left one day, I looked at her phone, and there was a nudie picture on there. And it was her sending it to someone.
I'm not sure if you're telling the truth. I'm not sure if you're telling the truth. I know there's a person waiting to talk to me. Let me see if he tells the truth. Mr. Zeke Smith is the brother of the plaintiff. So you say that your brother doesn't even treat her with respect. Is that correct?
Oh, he does it. I mean, you can tell. Isn't it, Jennifer? Back me up.
Yes, it is. He treated me like a piece of garbage.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. You saying that your wife sent a nude picture to someone else?
Yes, but I didn't even say nothing to her for the longest because I was really kind of hurt by it, and I finally did tell her, and I mentioned it to you, Jennifer.
So, Miss Johnston, what in the world? Why would you send a naked picture?
I didn't send no nudity picture to nobody.
Did you have a nude picture on the Facebook?
Well, I guess I was taking something sexy, putting something sexy on, and I was going to send it to him, you know, just to liven up the relationship a little bit, because he don't want to have nothing to do with me.
So I'm still trying to figure out what made you think, Mr. Smith, that she sent a naked picture.
Well, it's a little bit different than what she said. She didn't send it to me. She sent it to some guy in India or something.
In India?
Yes, they got Facebook and all that stuff.
No, I don't send naked pictures, explicit pictures to nobody. That's wrong.
What made you think that it was being sent, that it was not just taken, it was being sent?
Well, because it went to a person on Messenger.
He's got a meddling mother.
You found it on Messenger. You didn't find it just like in her photographs.
Yes.
So that means it was uploaded.
Yes.
Ms. Johnston, it does not end up on Facebook unless you purposefully upload it to Facebook, no matter if you send it or not. But you uploaded it to Facebook. If he's right there sitting next to you, why you need to upload a sexy shot to Facebook?
He was gone. He went to work. He's a security guard, and so I was just sending him something, you know.
But you didn't send it to him.
Yeah, I did.
The gentleman says that he didn't receive it.
I never got it. Only way
That's who I sent it to.
I got it from looking in your phone.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out where the breakdown in the communication came. I understand you say that a lot of it stems from his interfering family.
Yes, it is.
Well, what's that about?
It's true. Well, his mother. Every time we have an argument or something, like we have a disagreement, first thing he does, picks up the phone, calls his mom. And she'll put her 2 cents in. And one time, I had just gotten out of the shower and put my bra and panties on. I was sitting down, and he had been talking to his mother in the chair. He's like, look at this. Look at this. And just laughing and saying I'm fat. That was funny.
Mrs. Smith, that's disrespectful.
I never done that. I would never send a picture, a naked picture of her or
No,
with
she didn't say naked. She's just talking about in
I
terms
just got out of the shower.
Oh, well.
Why would you do that?
I would not do that. I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
I'm having difficulty believing anything that is coming out of y'all's mouth. Because I'm not sure if you're telling the truth. I'm not sure if you're telling the truth. I know there's a person waiting to talk to me. Let me see if he tells the truth. Mr. Zeke Smith is the brother of the plaintiff, but he is joining me to testify on behalf of the defendant. I can't wait to talk to him. Mr. Smith, are you able to hear me? You joining us by phone?
Yes, ma'am, I hear you clear, and I've been listening to this from the beginning. And it is true, Your Honor. It really is true.
have you been around this entire relationship the whole time?
Yes, and I don't even know why she would want him back. And, you know, he treated her like a slave, Your Honor. This has been about 5 years ago. She was out there mowing the lawn, a hot summer day, mowing the lawn, half an acre. She comes in the house, and he's sitting there on the sofa. She's covered in sweat, and he's like, Jennifer, go get me something to drink.
So you say that your brother doesn't even treat her with respect. Is that correct?
Oh, he does it. I mean, you can tell.
And I'm trying to figure out, is there really an issue between them, or are they taking this relationship as a joke?
Well, the issue is he never took it serious to begin with, Your Honor. Another thing, they were saying about her ex-boyfriend. Well, he moved not just him, he moved every homeless person that he could find, people hitchhiking. As long as they drawed SSI, he would let them move in and take it. He didn't care. He didn't care what his wife thought about it. He did not care. These guys could have been killers or anything. As long as they gave to him their Social Security check, that's all he cared about, Your Honor. That's all he cared. And he just used her as a slave. She cooked. She cleaned for him.
Wait a minute.
Isn't it, Jennifer? Back me up.
Yes, it is.
But, Ms. Johnston, you were not treated in a way that you think was respectful.
He treated me like a piece of garbage. He treated me like a piece of garbage.
Why do you want him back?
Because I love him so much. We went through so much together. We were in a car wreck in 2016, and we almost died.
I see the car. It looks like it was a lot to walk away from that particular incident. And you mean to tell me that after walking away with the blessing of your life, y'all wasted my time on silly stuff? Like who's talking to who on Facebook? And you all come in here and act like your relationship is a joke. Mr. Smith, Mr. Zeke Smith, tell me, do you think this relationship has any hope of lasting?
No, Your Honor, I do not think. I mean, I think she probably would be a good wife if he loved her and treated her like a normal husband would, but he doesn't. You know, that's sometimes, Your Honor, I mean, I'm sure you deal with a lot of stuff like this. Like the other spouse treats them really horrible. For some reason, they always think they can change that person, and I think that's what she's going through. That's why she wants him. She thinks she can make him that perfect man, but there's no way.
I appreciate your time, Mr. Smith. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I appreciate it. Mr. Smith, here, you brought this case because you said you really wanted to end your common law marriage to your wife. You think she's a liar. You think she's a cheater. You admit she doesn't get along with your family. And you say that your time together has been filled with nothing but conflict. And quite frankly, you said you want out. Ms. Johnston, you came here because you said you wanted to save your marriage. And you admit that some of your behavior in the past has been questionable. But you feel you can resolve your conflict and strengthen the relationship by just making some adjustments in the way you all talk to each other. This is precedent, if you will, for other couples that don't take marriages seriously as they should, who think that it's a game, who yell at each other, who disrespect each other, who treat each other like their feelings don't matter. Feelings do matter. If you invest 11 years into something and to someone, treating them with basic dignity and respect is just the minimum that you can do. I don't think that I can help either one of you until you truly decide that you want to be better people, not just for each other, but for yourselves. Well, there's not a whole lot to say.
No, other than you guys don't work together.
Nah, not at all. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if they work with anyone. Mm-hmm. I'm still not convinced that they were really in court to resolve their relationship. Right. Some people just need attention, and I think that these two people just needed some attention.